Darren Till is fighting Tyron Woodley next week.
Yeah.
Kamaru Usman is being paid to train. And if Darren Till doesn't make weight, the UFC's plans is that Kamaru Usman will step in for Darren Till. Tyron Woodley says he will not accept Kamaru Usman. Lewis, in your infinite knowledge, what do you make of all of this?
Is this the first time a fighter has been paid to train to be prepared for a fight?
No.
I never heard of that before.
No.
I never.
I'm not sure. It has happened. I think it's happened a few times now. The UFC have started doing this recently. I can't think of another example off the top of my head, but I know for a fact it has happened.
Kind of smart. I understand Tyron Woodley's standpoint. I said, fuck that. Tyron Woodley is he's training for Darren Till, who the reality is, I think it was even a little surprising that Tyron took the Darren Till fight, but yeah, I completely understand Tyron Woodley's standpoint. You're promoting a fight. All the promotion goes into it a certain way. It would, if Darren Till can't fight, it would be a disaster for that card.
Sure, absolutely will be a disaster. Just to go on with what you're saying there, you understand Tyron Woodley. Of course, Tyron Woodley is saying that because if Tyron Woodley fights Darren Till when Darren Till doesn't make weight, which is what they're saying, Woodley has nothing to lose because even if he does lose that fight, he still remains the champion. And then what will they do then? They'll do a rematch and he gets a chance to redo it and hopefully beat him in the rematch. So for Woodley, of course, he's going to say that. Then, of course, when you combine the fact that Usman is stylistically a completely different fighter to Darren Till, again, that doesn't make sense. I guess this is just the UFC trying to make sure that a title fight goes ahead. And you got to commend the UFC for doing that. Obviously, they're investing in that. They're paying Kamaru extra money. But that's not what people want to see. People want to see Darren Till versus Tyron Woodley. Now, Darren Till said earlier this week, it's driving him crazy. All people are talking to him about is the weight. I'm not sure, but I think the last time, was that the first time that Darren Till's missed weight, Harrington?
He just knows I'm not going to know the answer.
No, Darren Till has missed weight, I believe, in two of his last 4 UFC fights.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
So it's been an issue in the past before. Okay. Look, I understand it. But
2 of his last 4 as well. That's 50% of his last 4. So that's a real issue.
As an old school UFC fan, though, because I grew up, when I started watching the sport.
I know what you're going to say. It's not about that. It's not about weight classes. It's about who's the better fighter. But it's not old school UFC. We're not punching people in the fucking groin. We're making weight at 170 for the welterweight title of the world. That's what's on the line. I understand your point, Lewis. I hear what you're saying, but it's irrelevant. It is.
Well,
with the greatest of respect, Your Honor.
Of course, I'm just saying I understand why, as a fan of that era, I do kind of respect the UFC creating that. And I appreciate the guys more that say, fuck it, I don't care. Like, who was it? It was,
but that's what Tyron's saying. Hold on. But that's what Tyron's saying. Tyron's saying, I don't care if he makes weight or not. Even if he doesn't make weight, I still want to fight Darren Till. The only thing that would change is that the belt isn't on the line, which for Tyron, if he wins, would suck because it wouldn't go down as an official defense. And if he loses, it's great because he'd still be the champion.
If it doesn't go down as a defense, I don't even know if you know the answer to this question because I'm sure it happens so rarely. But if it doesn't go down as a defense, does that affect Tyron's money at that point? Let's say Till misses weight. They fight. He's 174 pounds. Tyron still gets everything is the same, pay-per-view points, all that other shit isn't affected, even though it's not a title defense?
No, because Tyron Woodley signed a contract and fulfilled his end of the bargain. I don't know what Darren Till's getting. I don't know if he's getting pay-per-view points. Sometimes as a challenger, if you really try hard enough, you can get them. I know the UFC generally don't like that to be the situation for obvious reasons. So I don't know about Darren Till. That might affect him. But if Woodley makes weight, everything he signed a contract for, that should still stand.
This is a quote from Woodley. He said, I'll fight Usman on a full training camp. I'll fight anybody on a full training camp. I'll fight you on a full training camp, but I'm not a guy. This is not a circus to me. You're not going to have me prepare for a 6'3" striker southpaw, and then on 24 hours notice, because this motherfucker missed weight and he's unprofessional, now I got to fight a 5'10" switch stance wrestler. No, you're not going to waste my time. You're not going to waste my money that I put into training camps. You're not going to add this one crazy variable and make me feel like I'm a pansy for not taking the fight. No, it's not what happened. So if he's making some money for making weight, congratulations, he gets some free bags. I get it. Yeah, I agree with him completely. You know, that's, dude, it's a professional. It's the difference between being a professional sport or not a professional sport. You're 100% right. I was more or less playing devil's advocate before when I was bringing up the old school idea. I'm just saying, you know, you want to get the guy who's like, fuck it. Because on the flip side, Khabib just went through that, right? Khabib was supposed to fight Max. Hold on, it was like 2 switches of opponents in like 48 hours, right?
It was going to be Tony,
sure.
Then Max, then Pettis, and then finally Iaquinta.
Yeah, 4 fucking different opponents in like 48 hours. And it was pretty badass that Khabib was like, fuck it, I don't care, let's just do it.
But that just shows what a fucking badass Khabib Nurmagomedov is. I mean, the UFC and Dana in particular love to go on about Conor McGregor and how, which he is, he's an amazing fighter and how he'll fight anyone, anytime, any place and all the rest of it. Dana says that ad nauseum all the time. But geez Louise, I mean, look at what, as you just said, Khabib, all those opponents that he went through in a 24-hour period, that just shows supreme confidence in his ability. Yeah. All right, guys, I want to tell you about our new sponsor, CBD MD. We've been talking about CBD for a little bit now, but if you aren't familiar, CBD is a natural product found in hemp plants that research shows helps keep your body in homeostasis. Now, what is homeostasis? Well, it's the proper regulation of things like internal body temperature, digestive function, immune system function, hormone levels, etc., etc. CBD helps with all of that, helps with inflammation. Hopefully it helps with a sore throat. We're yet to find out, but hopefully it does. So CBD, as you can imagine, the highest quality CBD guaranteed, 100% grown in the USA, and the best prices per milligram. I recommend the CBD MD topical cream, which are the best CBD products I've ever used. The Icy Hot or the Bio-Free CBD MD, they have a pain relief gel, which is called Freeze. Super easy to apply. Obviously comes in a roll-on. You can do it sitting here. You don't have to get it on your hands. Really, really works. I talk about it all the time. It enables me to run on a daily basis. I've been running every single day, and it's ever since I've started using CBD MD. So check it out. Lewis, have you tried any of the products?
Yeah, dude, I was living off this stuff during my training because I'm still all bumped up and bruised up. So the Bio-Freeze, it goes under your hand, or my hand anyway, or your joints or whatever it is that's hurting, and it just feels nice and cool. It goes into the muscles really nicely. I know we're supposed to talk about this stuff. This is an ad. We're supposed to get paid to talk about this stuff. Here's the thing. Go do some research independently. Do a Google search. See if you have some sort of affliction that CBD can help with. I guarantee you right now, look it up. This is like the new miracle drug. Doctors, personal trainers, physical therapists, everyone in the world that is involved in the world of medicine is recommending you use CBD. And don't just take our word for it. Just do a simple Google search as well. It really helped me a lot with a lot of the bumps and bruises I had during training. Could help you as well. The best part of all of this, Michael Bisping, we're giving him a huge discount, 20% off with the promo code BYM20. CBDMD.com. That is promo code BYM20. You get 20% off. This is a pretty amazing deal. CBD can be a little bit pricey sometimes. To save 20% off if you're already purchasing it or thinking about trying it out, this is a great deal. So we recommend it, and it helps out the show, which is the best part of all.
Yeah, no, of course. 20% off, promo code BYM20. Now, Tyron Woodley, all right, you could argue that he should have the same attitude and do the same thing. But realistically, I mean, whilst that was great of Khabib to do that, and I commend him for it, of course, that's not Tyron's responsibility.
And that's not most
to
people.
Save the card. Yeah, but it's not his responsibility. His responsibility, what he signed the contract for, if you're going to be smart, and I'm not defending Tyron Woodley. I'm just looking at it from his perspective. He wants to go down as one of the greatest ever. He wants to build a legacy. He wants to continue defending his belt more times than anybody else and be that guy and be smart. Darren Till even spoke about it this week. Woodley, for all his physical attributes, is a very smart man. He's a very smart fighter. That's why he's so successful. And what he's doing here is being smart, because Khabib, whilst that was amazing, and he gets props from people like me and you and the entire MMA community, it was kind of reckless and things can go wrong. So, and if Woodley did that same thing, he'd probably beat Usman. I don't know about Till, but he'd probably beat Usman. But still, if you lost to him because he didn't train for him, he'd never forgive himself afterwards. He'd be like, why did I do that? Why did I try and act like the big man? No, be smart. This is business. There's a lot of money on the line. There's potentially millions of dollars every time they fight, plus his legacy. He's a very proud man. I don't know how many kids he's got, but he's got several children that he wants to give a good life. I think he's being smart, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I agree completely. And it's also not a complete parallel because Khabib wasn't the champion defending his title. Am I correct? They were creating the title that was, I guess Tony was the interim champion. He couldn't do it. So yeah, it was a little different. He had more to gain out of doing that. He just wanted to become the fucking champion. And then he gets his fight with Conor. Tyron, he's literally just got everything to lose. You know, he loses to Usman. You're like, okay, well, fuck. Now he lost to a guy that he wasn't prepared for. He's losing his title. Yeah, it's also not a complete parallel. I don't know that Khabib and his camp, if it was the same and he had the title already, I don't know if they would have made that same decision because it was kind of reckless, but it also guaranteed him the Conor McGregor shot.